title of the exhibition is Kathra, and Kathra is the Arabic word for abundance, for plenitude and overflow. A huge change in the urban fabric happened after oil, and the system of governance in Kuwait changed after oil. There was a complete modern project that was implemented, and it changed. People used to live, pre-oil people used to live in mud houses and very simple city. But after oil, all the architects around the world, internationally, came to Kuwait to implement the latest in architectural thinking. Now, like 60 years later, there are so many plans that are failing, and there is a detachment between the society and the city that we have. In Kuwait, there's a very there's a natural tendency for people to gather, and gathering and clustering for very long hours, and this is supported by the economy that we have. And we're trying to understand this condition of a gathering and analyzing it and observing it and trying to use it as a substitute for the physical. Our buildings keep demolishing, and whenever the government adopts a new master plan, for example, the buildings of the 60s are getting to disappear, and the old fabric completely disappeared. And now my generation, we are starting to lose the city that we grew in 10 years ago or 15 years ago. So we want this to kind of stop, and we want to have a testimony of the evolution in the physical environment. And we're focusing on the non-physical, the gathering habits that we have. And this habit survived throughout, from pre-oil and post-oil, and it's still increasing in density in Kuwait. And we're trying to say that if we understand this natural biological system that we have, maybe we can infuse it in a way to shape the city in a manner that we don't need to constantly change and constantly adapt with new master plans, new ways of looking at the city. We did field recordings, sound recordings of all the different typologies of gathering in Kuwait. So from a domestic family gathering to a Duania gathering, which is a male space gathering, and to the parliament, and it's a different form of assembly and gathering, to the way, because in Kuwait 2/3 of the population are non-Kuwaitis, are expats. So we went and recorded the places where the expats live, and on the ground we accumulated all the archives that we have from the governmental authorities in Kuwait, from the Kuwait municipality, the Ministry of Public Works, and special collections. And you can see how back in that time, from the 60s and 70s, the best minds in architecture and the strongest forces in architecture coming to Kuwait, producing all these plans, and just trying to, and they were reflecting on prosperity and abundancy.